Hello everyone and welcome to a new video. Today I am filming another, I was gonna say weird recommendation video with a weird theme, and I am gonna recommend you books based on the weather because I felt like it. So these are the things that I think fit for the different weathers in my head. It might not fit for you and what you like in your aesthetics, mood, etc. Why can I hear like a lawnmower in this moment? Is it just a bike? It was a plane. Either way. So it might not just fit for what you think and what you like, etc. like for these weathers. But I just thought the things that fit, and I'm gonna try to explain why, and I recommend the books. And I realized some of these books just keeps repeating on my channel over and over and over. And I guess that's just how life is when you like a book. So let's get started. The first weather we are gonna cover, and I realized there's many types of weather and storms, but I just took like the basic ones, is the sun or sunny or sunshine or whatever we're calling it. And obviously that makes me think of summer and warmth and coziness and maybe reading outside if that's something you enjoy. In my head, in reading in sunshine, it's most often that it is a really good light to read, and also that like I'm lying by the pool on a holiday. I don't do that anymore, but like that's what I did when growing up. So in my head, that is the vibe I have. So it's only natural to me to recommend first You and Me on Vacation by Emily Henry, which is obviously these two characters that go on vacation, which I think just fits really good for the sunshine. They're literally on vacation. I mean, it's not always sunny where they go, that is a point, but it is a thought. So this one followed two best friends that have been best friends now for like 10 years, and every year they went on like a different kind of vacation, like a different kind of trip they planned out. Not necessarily like high budget or anything, but they just had a lot of fun and they were together, and that is the most important thing. And then I think we are like, I don't remember, it's like 2 or 3 or 5 years in the future. It's like it's been a little while since they have been on vacation because something happened on the last vacation they were with together. And it's like, definitely, yes, tropes in here, many romance tropes that like people would enjoy or not enjoy. But what I thought was fun was just how the characters really knew each other, and just how they all came together. In the end, like on the last few pages, I literally cried. Like there was tears, and I was just like, I didn't even know I cared that much. And I feel like just before that alone, it deserves like a good recommendation. And I know a lot of people have read it and a lot of people have already heard about it, but I just do think that it is such a beautiful relationship between them. It is friends to lovers. Yes, it kind of has some miscommunication in there, but what else do we not have in romance, I was gonna say. It's really normal trope, and like I guess it annoys people, and it annoys me as well, but here it was just like, we need a pining anyway, so it's fine. It also has the one bed trope. It was a really good ride. I do think that humans are really good at miscommunication in general. When we feel things, we don't like to talk about things that makes us uncomfortable because it makes other people uncomfortable, and thereby we don't talk about stuff. So I think the miscommunication trope is like the most human trope, while it is annoying to read about. Either way, that is another discussion for another day. As I said, I do really recommend it. I really ended up enjoying it much more than I thought I would. I still have not read Book Lovers. Beach Read or Book Lovers, that's what they are called. And like the newest one that has come out. I feel like they're just like sweet and good, and it makes you feel the sunshine. So it fits well. And the other one I had, I could not do it, because we have She Overcame the Sun by Shelley Parker Chan. And this is obviously, there's sun in the title. Look at this cover. Doesn't this scream sunshine to you? Actually, the book is very dark and a bit sad, but also just one of the best books I ever read. I could not, you know, I'm sorry. I'm not really sorry. So this one was our main character that actually kind of doesn't have a name, like, in a way. Our main character comes from a really poor family that's basically starving, and then she has a brother that like has this really great destiny. But then she decides to take it for herself, because it turns out that while maybe the prophecies were correct about the name, doesn't seem to be correct about the person. And it follows our main character growing up in this monastery at first, posing off as a boy, and then decides that to keep the secret and to survive, and then grab her brother's great destiny. She does this for herself instead. And it's just such a well-written book with so many great intricate parts. It's one of the best books I ever read. I read it twice, and it is just amazing. I love how our main character fights for herself and just decides to be this, I was gonna say, almost a being. Just the magic system, the different ways things are told. It's like, it's a book that is subtle as well. Like, you notice so many more cool details as you read it the second time around as well. And I'm so excited to see the sequel and what will happen there. It is very sapphic. It is an Asian-inspired fantasy. So what else do you want? Again, one of the best ones I read and would recommend it wholeheartedly. So for the sunshine, I feel like you could definitely read this out in the sun or when it is sunny, even though like it is definitely, you know, not as light as fluffy as the last one, but it fits. In my head it fits. Then we have the weather cloudy, which is like, it is cloudy, it is kind of grey outside. It could be cold, but it could also be warm. And I don't know what else words to use to describe cloudy weather. I'm sorry. But the first one I recommend is one that I felt fit the vibes, and that is Lonely Castle in a Mirror by Misiko Tsujimura. And this one follows a young girl who used to go to school but stopped going because she was severely bullied. And then her mirror in her room starts to shimmer and she enters this world where they're in this magical castle and they need to find this key to the wishing room. And then they can get any wish in the whole world going into that room. And then we have these characters getting to know each other, trying to find this key. And we're asking yourself, like, is this real? How did it get there? What is going on? And it's just such a beautiful, amazing book that I will never forget. I want to reread it again. Not that I only read it once, but I want to reread it now. But it's not that long since I read it. And just how it all comes together, how it is set, how it is written. It's just something I think fits really well for cloudy weather. It's like you want to sit inside and it's cozy. It is also, you know, a bit sad, but it has a really good moments as well. And I just feel like sitting and reading this with like a grey clouds, in my head, it fits so well. I don't know why. This one was like the first one I came up with when I was going to do this video. So, what else are you waiting for? But also just overall, the book is good. Obviously, you can read any of these books in any weather. I'm just trying to be cool, okay? I'm not, I know. Then we have another one for cloudy weather. And I think cloudy weather, I don't know why, but it makes you maybe think, like you go outside. Not that we have to go outside, we never go outside, we're book readers. But I feel like if you go outside and it's cloudy, you reflect. I don't know why. In my head, you do. So, the one I have here is The Weight of Our Stars by Kay Anker. And this one is also a sapphic book, just saying. We are set on Earth where we follow these different characters, kind of a gang of friends really. And one of them has her mother going into space when she was like super young. They were going on this journey that was no return from. So she's trying to kind of contact her mother with this satellite to see like there's any messages from her, because she would like never return. She would never meet her mother, but she got this once in a life opportunity to go into space, and she took that opportunity. And we have these two characters. We follow like the girl who lost her mother, but we follow like kind of the point of view of the love interest to her. I don't actually remember her name because it's since I read it. Ryan Bird is her name. And it's about like love crossing universes and years and life. And it is, you know, about these two girls also like falling for each other, etc. So like while like it is very much like I was gonna say a YA story with being teenagers, I feel like it is going beyond that scope. Because it's really about like life and love and how it survives over many distances and years. And just how the story went. I didn't see it coming at all. And the end made me cry. Because it was just so beautiful and just... this book was just so good. I really love it. And I feel like it fits. And like while it is cloudy in the sky, I feel like you could look up. And it's like this is a lot about looking up to the sky. A look to the universe. And I feel like that you could do on a cloudy day, because you can't do that when it's sunny, because then it hurts your eyes, you know. And I feel like it fit well for a cloudy day, and it just had so much hope and beautifulness, and I really recommend it. So yeah, then we are going to next weather, which is rain. It's rainy, which is, I am living in the city in Norway where it rains I think over 300 days a year. No, is it 300 days or is it 200 days? It rains more than it ever does anything else. Even though I feel like it doesn't rain so much, but every time I meet someone that say I'm from the city, they're just like, how is the rain? And I'm just like, I don't really notice it anymore. It's funny. But rainy weather, very used to that. And in my head, when it's rainy, you want to read some mystery. Because it's like mysterious, you have the sound of rain. You want to cozy up with maybe a mystery. I was gonna say crime kind of thriller, which is why you want to read Truly Devious by Marine Johnson. Marine, what did I say? I don't know. And this one follows, I remember not characters' names ever, Stevie Bell. And Stevie Bell is kind of obsessed with this mystery set at this school that she's now going to. Because at this school, we had the wife of the founder and his daughter. They disappeared many, many years ago, and he never found them. They were kidnapped, and they never found out what happened to them. And she is there to try to solve this mystery of the century. And then we follow obviously other characters so that she meets there that all have like a kind of speciality. It's really like in a exclusive school where like people have like very specific area of interests to go there. And she goes there and her interest is this big mystery. And we're also really curious of what happened. The first books in the series is a trilogy, 1, 2, and 3, that follow the same mystery. And now there's also out 2 standalones that like have their own, I think, I was gonna say like standalone mysteries, but we do continue kind of the story of the characters. And I still haven't read the last one, which is Nine Liars. It's right here. But I'm very, very excited. You really kind of enjoy like kind of detective story. And while I think like the mystery itself, maybe like the answers, it's not at all what you expect it to be. It is fine because obviously you're trying to predict like what are answers. I feel like the whole like journey and just like the dramatics and just like the different small pieces to the story, even though like the like revelation itself, maybe I wouldn't say disappointed me, but it wasn't like it didn't blow my mind as I thought it would. But that like wasn't like, I would say 5 out of 5 stars. It's just the rest of the story and the characters and just how it's written that I really, really enjoyed. I'm not saying the mystery was bad or anything like that. It's just like in my head I'm focusing on other things. I don't know why, but it was just such a good ride. I really enjoyed the series and I'm not regretting anything picking it up, and I feel like it's perfect for a rainy day. So do enjoy. Another thing that came into mind while I was thinking about rain is for some reason the radio. Like I imagine sitting by the window, looking and hearing the rain going on your window, and then also having the radio on, like the noise, the static in the background. I don't know, that static just came into my mind, and because of that I needed to recommend Radio Silence by Alice Oseman, even though I doubt Alice Oseman need anyone to recommend her books, but here we are. And this one follows our main character, Frances. Yes, Frances, who is obsessed with this radio show that is created by someone she doesn't even know, and then she finds the creator. It's like a really weird radio show that like doesn't make kind of any sense, but it's really, really good. She finds the creator and they form this really, really, really deep friendship. It is definitely like, it's not a romance thing. It's just about friendship, which is really like, it was really refreshing to read. But she's also trying to figure out her life, trying to figure out like which school she's going to go to and like what she's going to do, who is she going to become. And at this time when I read this, I really didn't know what to do in my life. I was kind of like, I wouldn't call it a midlife crisis, but kind of a bit. I just dropped out of my bachelor and I was just like, what to do. And this book is telling you it is okay. And it's just like, it's perfect. I feel like it is a really good book for not just teens to read, but like young adults to read that don't know what to do, that don't know what to do in their life. I think it represents really well how society puts us in these boxes, and it's trying to give you like, it's okay, breathe, you can do so many other things with yourself than maybe necessarily not going to school anymore. And I think it represented and did that really well, which is one of the reasons I enjoyed it so much. But also just the characters and the friendship and like how all these pieces came together. It's just a really well-rounded book. I think Alice Oseman is really good at writing teenagers and their conflicts really well. I think it fits perfect for a rainy day actually. So yeah, and it's also blue, so it's kind of like watery color. Yay. Also, Truly Devious was also blue. I just realized. Look at me, I'm on theme. And the last weather we have for this video is obviously snowy, which is when it's cold and you want to just sit inside. Obviously, we are sitting inside for all of these, obviously, but you're sitting inside extra much with a blanket and maybe a latte, which is obviously why I'm recommending Legend Lattes by Travis Baldry. I realized that when I think about snowy weather, I just think about food. I don't know why, because it warms you on the inside, and this book will warm me on the inside. I feel like I recommended this too much lately, but it basically followed this orc that has kind of been, I was gonna say a battle orc, but like had a harsh life, and she's deciding to settle down in this town and open a coffee shop, and it's just the cutest thing. It's the whole plot. Like, it's some kind of conflict in there, and just a really, really sweet, growing sapphic romance as well, but it's just the way it is just the coziest, cutest thing, and everyone has been loving it. Everyone is into cozy fantasy now, and that is what you want to read when it's snowy outside, and that is what you get here. It's just perfect for the snowy weather. I read it in what, December? Perfect month to do it. Obviously you can read it any season you want, but I'm just saying. And just the cozy vibes, that's all I got to say. And romance, perfect. Just how you feel contented reading this, that's what you want. And as I said, I did mention and think that I think about food when I think about snow. I feel like 3 of these books were also in my last recommendations video that I filmed. But who cares? It is fine. So we have With Fire on High by Elizabeth Acevedo. And this one follows Emoni, that I keep forgetting, who has a 2-year-old daughter trying to figure out life. She's still going in high school. And she's trying to figure out like what to do with herself. She loves cooking and is really, really good at it. And yeah, it's about food and her with her daughter and finding other joys in life. Not that her daughter is not a joy, but finding other stuff as well, and just figuring out parenting and stuff. And it's just so good. I think in my head that I remember how good this was when I read it. I really, really want to reread it because I feel like it is time. I usually reread my faves like here and there. My mom called me mid-video. What did I was saying? Just how much I enjoy this, I don't think I realized. It's just about food and the soul, and it will warm you on the inside. That's what you need in the snow. I forgot what else I was trying to say. My mom called me and she disturbed my thoughts. That is the books I recommend for different weather, and books I recommend in general, actually. All of these I enjoy so much, which is obviously why I recommended them. And I hope you enjoyed this little video. Thank you so much for watching this. I hope you enjoyed. Leave one of the weather emojis down below. I'm gonna try to maybe have them in the title. Maybe which one is your favorite, or like which book you want to read. Something like that. Check out my Patreon down below if you wanna see me being weird even more. And you should see me see the new one. Thank you so much for watching. Goodbye!